in the Gulf of Cambay, a place few tourists will ever see. A shanty town called Alang, better known as the biggest shipbreaking yard in the world, where filming is prohibited. We filmed most of our footage from inside the heavily tinted windows of a car. The 1980s saw industrialized countries dumping their old decommissioned ships, most of which contained toxic materials, onto developing countries like India. Labor is cheaper and regulation and monitoring almost non-existent. In 2010 or 11, the industry scrapped a record 348 ships. Tens of thousands of jobs are supported by this activity. Thousands of tons of steel are recovered.
पहले लोग को काम नहीं मिल रहा था, बेकार था, गांव में उनके घर में रहने के लिए सही मकान भी नहीं था। अभी ऐसा बदलाव आया है कि 20-25 साल हो गया, सब लोग जिसको जो काम चाहिए वो मिल रहा है अलग में।
Shipbreaking is one of the most hazardous jobs in the world because ships are usually used to ferry substances like oils and chemicals, and so can often contain extremely toxic wastes and even radioactive substances. Not only does this directly affect the health of the workers, but it is an environmental time bomb as the workers strip these ships marooned on the seabed. There is severe contamination of the seashore, eventually seeping into the marine food chain.
So this year also you had hazardous waste and asbestos training?
Yeah, it is the regular basis per month. At least one training is carried out. Yeah.
Every month you have a training for asbestos and hazardous training. That means ships are coming in that have asbestos and hazardous material on those ships.
Hazardous, nowadays the asbestos now very less quantity is coming here.
But still enough for you to need to do training.
We have to carry out the training. We have to train the workers.
Workers, mostly migrants from poverty-struck districts of Orissa and Bihar, say they get about 3,000 rupees a month, a reasonably paid job by local standards.
5,000-6,000 से कुछ कम नहीं है।
तो घर भी भेजते हो पैसा?
घर पे भी भेजते हैं। हर महीना।
The situation in Alang is representative of a particularly dismal challenge that India faces. How can you ask a person who cannot afford the basic essentials to forego economic opportunity for environmental protection or even because of health hazards to their own person? In Alang, with Manu Nair, Sarah Jacob, NDTV. And from shipbreaking to boat building, Gujarat is also home to India's largest boat building yard, and it's a sight to behold. Carpenters, really I should be calling them artisans, have been building these magical vessels for generations, and it seems like nothing has changed. It looks like most of these boats are being built by hand with the skill and precision of a surgeon. I don't really see any power tools being used around me, and the few that I hear are drowned out by the magical, melodic, rhythmic hammering of nails against stubborn wood. आप लोग यहाँ पे पावर टूल्स या मशीन्स क्यों नहीं यूज करते हो?
ये सब नहीं है, अच्छा चीज है।
मगर उससे और जल्दी नहीं हो सकती? आपको ज्यादा पैसा भी मिल सकता है?
नहीं, ये चलता नहीं है ना इसमें।
अच्छा, तो आप क्या चाहते हो कि आपके बच्चे भी यही काम करें?
कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हम नहीं चाहते।
क्यों नहीं?
ये मेहनत बहुत है, कम पैसा मिलता है।
Well, earlier this week on the show in Porbandar, we learned that the Gujarat government, finally waking up to the serious problem of overfishing in its waters and the overcrowding of its ports and jetties, curtailed the buying of new boats. The impact of that decision is evident right here in Veeraval. 2611 also took its toll on the fate of these shipbuilders. The assailants who came in from Karachi took hold of a boat registered in Gujarat called Kuber, which very well could have been built right here in Veeraval. Since then, the government has also curtailed the registration of new boats. All of these decisions leaving this industry way past its prime, now falling on the wrong side of the dice. In Veeraval with Devdeep, Sarah Jacob, NDTV.